Brothers and sisters, Brother John, Watchman for that great day. Well, there is major happenings going on in Syria, and Isaiah 17:1, Damascus will become a ruinous heap. It's on its way. It's happening. And contrary to other people that believe that this is not Isaiah 17:1, it relates, all right? It relates. It might not be at the very moment, but what is happening and what just happened last night, I feel that I have to bring this to you so that you have an idea of, we know that there's a lot of chaos going on, all right? And that's part of one of the things that will bring in the Mahdi, all right, which is what the Islamic people believe, that when there is much chaos, in a time of great chaos, well, Israel is certainly in that position of creating, between the United States and Israel and the administration that is preparing to leave and the administration that is coming in. And I can't, there's so much that I can say, but I'm hesitant in saying. But I wanted to come on here this morning and just tell you Jesus is coming. We are so close to his return that it is just a day by day, but it's an hourly thing. Things happen like very quickly nowadays if you haven't already seen that. As of October 7th, 2023, things happened that quick. And there's things about that are questionable, right? There's been videos, there's been people that have shown many things about what happened on October 7th, besides the loss of people. Remember, the devil hates people. He doesn't care what nationality they are. He doesn't care what religion they're in. The devil hates people. He hates God's creation. And we are all, every one of us, no matter where you're from in the world, are all created. We're all created by God. That includes Syrians, Gazans, Iranians, you name it. You understand? So we're all God's creation. And we're living in those days that are just absolutely evil. And it's just hard. It's hard to be I'm excited, but I'm excited about Jesus coming. And I'm not excited. It's really just saddens me. It saddens us all to see these things that are happening. And it's like most of us think that, gosh, we should have been out of here years ago. But here we are. But I don't think for too much longer, brothers and sisters, not for too much longer. I know I say that all the time. I think we all say that because we're still here. This has been a hard road, I'll tell you what. Very difficult as far as spiritual attacks coming at me and in my family. And it's just been very difficult to be a watchman. As the name says, I am that watchman for that great day. That's what the Spirit just gave me that name, watchman for that great day. And that day that's coming is beyond great. We have no idea how it's going to be. Literally, we have a very small inkling, a very small idea, seeing through a glass dimly, as people say. But so I'm just going to bring you some of the news that happened last night. I went to bed at about 10 o'clock, and I was reading this on the Hal Turner site that I will share. Columns of Israeli main battle tanks are crossing into Quneitra, governorate of Syria. This is last night, in the direction of Damascus. Update 8:27 Eastern Standard Time. Remember, there's 7 hours difference. 3 a.m. in the morning over there, 3:27 when he's saying 8:27. So here's what it says. Israel is sending multiple columns of main battle tanks into Syria. The map below shows, in a general sense, from where these tank columns are entering. I'll turn the camera around so I'll show you. There's what we see is right here at the edge of up here. This is where Lebanon is up this way, and here's Damascus. So they're entering into Damascus right here. So Isaiah 17:9 says, "In that day shall his strong cities," speaking of Syria, Damascus, "shall his strong cities be a forsaken bog, and an uppermost branch, which they left because of the children of Israel. And there shall be desolation. Because thou hast forsaken the God of thy salvation, and hast not been mindful of the rock of thy strength. Therefore shalt thou plant pleasant plants, and shall set it with strange slips." When I looked up what slips means, it's Strong's number, and it talks about a branch, all right? Branch, twig, shoot. And what this is saying is basically that shall be set with strange slips. I look at this as what's going on with the branches that are being moved in, the Islamic branches, strange slips, or ideologies, the way that the HTS, which is that terrorist group that is now taken over. And so Israel has something to do, because it says behind it, it's just talking about because of the children of Israel. So this is what's going on with the moving of Israeli tanks, with the Mossad and the different operations that are going on in the background, all about preparing the way for someone that they're going to call the Messiah. And so it says in verse 11, in the day shall thou make thy plant to grow. So they're infiltrating with these different groups. And in the morning shall thou make thy seed to flourish, but the harvest shall be a heap. Think of that. In the day of grief and of desolate sorrow. So we're talking about desolation. We're talking about a heap. We're going to continue reading. 17:12 says, "Woe to the multitude of many people, which make a noise like the noise of the seas, and to the rushing of the nations that make a rushing like the rushing of mighty waters. Woe to all those that enter in." Do you understand that? To enter into that place, Syria. Woe to Iran. Woe to Turkey. Woe to the infiltrators of Syria. Whoever that might be, Russia, United States, Israel. The children of Israel are setting the stage and preparing for for something that's coming that they have basically set in their minds they're going to do. It's a vision. They have a vision. The nations shall rush like the rushing of many waters. So could Syria, I believe, could Syria likely be the start of this, what we always talk about, World War III and all of the things being set for the Ezekiel battle? The Ezekiel 38 battle will happen. Will it take place tomorrow? I don't think so, but what we're seeing is everything is being set and staged, and it's moving very quickly, like I said in the beginning of this video. So the nations shall rush like the rushing of many waters, but God shall rebuke them, and they shall flee. So there's a rebuke coming from the Lord. There's also a warning of woe to those nations. So God's going to rebuke them, and they shall flee far off, and shall be chased as the chaff of the mountains before the wind, and like a rolling thing before the whirlwind. But the next verse is the last verse of Isaiah 17, and it is the 14th verse, and it says, "And behold, at evening tide," which evening tide would be roughly our East Coast time of noon, 12 today, noontime. 1, 2, right in there. At evening tide, specifically early evening, there will be trouble. It says, "Behold, at evening tide, trouble. And before morning," morning could be this evening at, say, 10 or 12 o'clock tonight. So evening tide is coming at noon our time, East Coast time. Trouble, and before morning, which would be tonight at 12 o'clock, let's say, because 7 hours ahead puts you at 7 a.m. All right, 6, 7 a.m. 7 a.m., 7 hours difference. And it says by morning or before the morning, he is not. I always wondered who that he is. I don't know, but it's just that something is going to become a ruinous heap. Damascus. But Israel is really the ones because it says right here, "This is the portion of them that spoil us, and the lot of them that rob us." There's some deep connection here to what's going on right now in Syria. So brothers and sisters, pray. Pray for all those believers, those brothers and sisters that are in Syria, that are in Iran, that are in Israel, that are in Russia, China, you name it, around the world. Our brothers and sisters are in harm's way. And we sit in a country that is not beyond judgment. No one is beyond judgment. This whole world is getting ready to be judged, and that is what the 7 years is all about. Our time here is ending, and his name, Jesus Christ, will be exalted, and every knee shall bow, and every tongue confess that he is Lord. But the rapture happens very soon. I am very hopeful, and for what I'm seeing, and for what we're all seeing, it's almost like it's like we're watching a screen, and it's just taking place right before our eyes. So how much longer do we have? I don't know, but not much. Not much. Think of it. we're talking about Damascus, and we've been talking about Damascus for a while, right? Oh, when Damascus becomes a ruinous heap, then the rapture will happen. There'll be Nuke, all these different scenarios of what will happen. Does it have to be a nuke, or can it just be that there's so much war? Just like look at Gaza. Yep. So Gaza is just a picture, all right? And so that's what we're using. There's a lot of war-torn areas in this world, but the day is near. I'll just leave it at that, and I'll give you guys the shofar blast. This has been a tough video. I've had to have made some edits and in places. So God bless you all. I'll give you the blast. Hopefully we'll be out of here maybe today, tonight, tomorrow, very, very soon. This is really becoming a struggle to exist, all right? But as long as we have each other, as long as we're living in the same body, the Christ body, and we have each other, we're going to be blessed. And we're going home, brothers and sisters. We're going home very soon. So do not lose heart. Look up. Lift up your heads and look up. Our redemption is near. Love you. Come, Lord Jesus. God bless you all. Brother John, Watchman, for that great day. Finishing up this video that's been tough. God bless you all. Brother John, see you up in the heavens. Bye.